What's up, guys? Tyson Deskins of 419 Golf, where I elevate your performance through data-driven feedback. Using tools like TrackMan, Smart2Move 3D force plates, Sportsbox AI 3D body measurement tools. We don't guess, we measure. So, again, really good stuff, honestly. Love the top of the backswing. Love the initial transition. What I want you to think about, right, and what we see from about right here, is that you're taking your hands and you're pulling them across your body to the point where this thing then starts to buckle. So if I do that from down the line and you're looking this way, once again, takeaway's a little inside, top of the backswing is beautiful, right? Body is in a beautiful position. Started transition's really good. From about right here, you start taking your hands and you pull them across your body to your finish. I want you to think about this. As we're swinging this through, we are pushing the grip, we're twisting the grip, and we're pulling the grip. We're doing a lot of stuff with the grip, right? Right now, from here, you're pulling too much in towards yourself. Does that make sense to you? What I want you to feel is everything stays the same here, but I want you to feel a little bit more of a push versus a pull.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense to you?
I gotcha.
And that's going to change the dynamic of how the club then moves through the strike. The only reason it's for left is you're pulling from here. As soon as you pull, watch what the club head does. It wants to go that way. Like all this good work you did to here, we sort of sabotage it. Does that make sense?
So because I'm doing that, I don't need to change anything in my setup. I don't need to be farther away from the ball. Just leave it alone.
Zilch.
It'll take care of itself.
Zilch. Okay. Literally, all I want you to think about, and you'll take a couple of swings, is that you're sort of pushing versus pulling. Now, obviously, we don't want to get to the point where we're just pushing, right? Does that make sense? But we also don't want to just pull it into our body as much as we are right now at this point. We are doing that. Some players need to pull more. Some players push for way too long. Working with a guy right now who would love to be able to do what you're doing, because on the way through, he's pushing so hard his right hand almost comes off the club. Right? His arm comes off his body, right? He's pushing, and he needs to pull. And when he does pull, it's like money, but he just can't do that at like normal speed and normal pace yet. Does that make sense? That makes sense to you? So when you take a couple of practicing where you just feel this push, then we'll do a couple where we pull. Okay? What's that feel like to you?
I mean, it feels like if I made an actual swing.
Yep.
I mean, obviously it wouldn't be like
correct
exaggerated.
Yep.
But if I made an actual swing, I would probably hit it off the shaft. Like it feels like I would come over it and hit it off the shaft and it'd go that way.
Yep. Set up again. Go to the top. Push. Okay. Now set up again. Pull on this one.
Push or pull.
Do pull again. Now push.
Well, when I do that, it feels really easy to get into my finish. When I come down and I'm pulling, I mean, I feel like I'm back on my heels and my finish is just kind of
100%. Now it's like, where's the middle between those two?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're pulling right now. I'm getting you to feel push. I don't want you to hit it off the back of the shaft either. Right. You know? But where's the middle?
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yep.
Is that more middle-y?
Yep. Do it again. Yep. Now give me a big push and a big pull. Yep. And then a big pull. Now give me the middle. Okay. Let's hit one. We're trying to find the middle right now. Okay.
just felt like I went into my finish. It didn't feel like I had to do anything to get there.
Look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Do it again. Good job, buddy.
I don't know if that one was as good as the first one, but I think it was still better.
Good numbers. Love that.
Yeah.
You know, here's one thing that I would say, right? Like, I see so many high school golfers, especially, that like just get here and then just pull the club across their body because they don't have a concept behind, you know, what it is they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, they just get the club here, it starts to move out. So if they didn't pull across their body, they'd miss the golf ball, right? And like this whole thing just darts this way.
Yeah.
You know, the awesome thing for you at this point is like this thing is moving really nicely in this transition. Like I really like where it's at, really like how it's moving. And then we just got to apply the right forces to the handle through this strike to have the benefit of all that good work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like I think here's a telltale sign that you're pulling a little bit more than you're pushing when you're out on the golf course. When that fade or slice starts to come back in.
Yeah, and I can feel it too.
Yeah.
Like I 100% can feel it, but before you said, like, explain that to me, I had no idea what it was.
100%. And again, I would, you know, just looking at the swing itself, like I said, I wouldn't, if I would see this right here, I'd be like, there's no way that kid's swinging 5 left with an open face. Yeah. Like this is so good. Right? And then all of a sudden we just turn those forces that we're pulling on the handle. And like this is sort of the final frontier of golf instruction at the end of the day, honestly. Obviously, I got my force plates. I just measured you in 3D. Understanding what we're doing from the handle is the mecca.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that matters, really. Like, because that's what's making this thing do what it does.
Right.
So the forces that we're applying are just constantly changing between that push, pull, twist, right? And as it's coming around here for you, everything starts down really nicely. There's this sort of, we're not really throwing it. We're not lagging it. It's just falling. And all of a sudden, those forces go that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, if we can even just flatten that, we don't need it to go that way. In the perfect world, it would just flatten.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And that's sort of what's happening right there. Okay, a couple more.
I felt that one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And again, like, listen, like -1, +1.
Yeah.
That's a pretty straight ball, right?
100%.
We just don't want it to get so excessive that we're putting a lot of that curve on the golf ball, right? Ultimately, I think that's a good start. That's a good thought. And again, you're just thinking pushing versus pulling, and I'll put that obviously in the video. Let's hit some drivers.